Hey friends, I have workout number 17 of 24 for you today, and this is going to be lower body strength and conditioning. So I have a mat, because we'll come down on the floor for just about that long, and then I have a heavier weight for today. We're going to be doing some deadlifting. You can do it without a weight at all, as always, but I opted for my heavier weight today. So we're just going to start with our little warm-up. All right, feet about hip width apart, and then we're going to shift to the side, little ham curl, right through the legs. Good. Core engaged. So we're going to come back to another version of this ham curl. Yes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we have a little lunge back, so I'm going to start with my right leg back. Just a little lunge, tap in, lunge, tap in. Lunge and tap, lunge and tap. Give me 4 more on this side. 3, 2, switch. Now back and tap. So how far you come back just depends on where you need it. Just make sure this front knee does not come past the toes. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to alternate our side lunge. So we're just going to reach and up, reach, pull up, over and up. So here it's a little more cardio. Reach and pull, just because we're trying to get the muscles nice and warm. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, just some small squats here, just a little down and up. We're gonna take this into a single leg squat when we come down. So keep these things in mind. Again, always go to a wall for balance, grab a chair if you need. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're just going to come up on the toes of one foot, down and lift, down and lift, drop and lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs, down and up. All right, so like with the other workouts, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, down and up. 2 more. All right, we're actually going to start with that single leg squat. So I want shoulders back and down. We're going to sink into a squatting position, heel up. Here we go. Down, lift, down, lift. So I want a lot of that work into the left leg. As you come up, I really want you to squeeze through the glute and through this front thigh muscle. So you're straightening the leg as much as you can. Down and squeeze. Core stays tight. Drop, lift. Come on, you got 10 seconds. Really squeeze so that strength and conditioning comes in when I contract that muscle as much as I can. 1 more. 20 seconds to rest. So same thing. So typically when you come up from a squat, I don't want you to squeeze the glutes too much because then we tend to tilt the pelvis forward and lock out through the knees. But since we have one knee bent, that eliminates that hip push forward. Here we go. Down, lift. Squeeze every muscle in the right leg as you come up. Drop and lift. Your belly is engaged. Down and up. Now, if you notice that you are snapping through the knee, then you don't squeeze quite as hard. We don't want hyperextension through the knee. Drop, lift, drop, and lift. So I have that control again, coming down, coming up. If you feel like the knee is locking out, decrease the range just a little bit and not so much of the squeeze. Good. Relax. So 3 rounds, 20 seconds right, 20 seconds left this time. Really focus on the movements. Contract through the legs as much as you can. Shoulders back and down, start to melt down into that squat. Right heel up first, here we go. Down, lift. Really squeezing through the left side. So it is not about the number of repetitions that you get in, but the quality, really squeezing through on the leg. Down and lift, one more. Switch sides. Really contracting through the right leg this time. Left leg is down for balance. Down and up, and then to help me keep from that pelvic tuck forward. This is the last set right here. 2, good. We ran out of time. I'll give you that last one. Okay, next one is going to be a lunge back. So I'm going to lunge, tap forward. Option, you can kick the leg forward. So it's a small kick. I want you to make sure you have control. Here we go, right leg, down, lift, down, lift. So that squeeze as the leg comes through. Squeeze as the leg comes through if you opt for that tap. Back and lift. So really, most of the work in the left leg to get you down and up. Control, control, control. I have to control the right leg as it comes through. Come on, you have 10 seconds. Down, kick forward, kick. Give me one more. So the working leg is the leg that stays down and stationary. Watch your weight. Watch things as you come back. So it's that lunge, tap, lunge, kick, your choice. Now it is not a fling forward of the foot. It's not a quick kick. It's slow. Down, lift. More than a kick, think of a swing through, maybe. Push, down, lift. Option is that tap, drop, lift. All of my work really into the right leg to get me down and up, and into my core. Squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the abs, really engaging that low back. Give me one more. Drop and lift. All right. Final set here, 20 and 20. So you choose. Maybe you want to add that kick, increase the intensity. Maybe you need to dial it down a little bit. Pelvis tucks under. Start with that lunge. Here we go. Drop, push through. Down, abs tight. Drop, forward. So sometimes I will engage my abs a little better with my hands on my hips. For that follow through, you may want the kick. One more this side, and switch. Lunge, press forward. Lunge, press forward. So try not to drag the foot along the ground. Down, tap, down, and tap. Can you give me one more? Push. Perfect. Heart rate coming up a little bit. This one could be a cardio one too, right? Anytime we work the legs, we get the heart rate up. So toes are going to face forward on this one. We're coming into a side lunge, okay? We're gonna go right side, we're gonna go left side. Here we go. Right, left. So with this first one, really feel the movements. I'm starting to reach forward with the hands, pressing the hips back. Now, start to engage the abs a little bit more. Pull them in, pull them in. That's going to push the hips back. You'll notice that a little bit more. We're going for that inner outer thigh work. Over, over. One more set. Right and left. All right. So your option for this next one, we can keep a weight in the center. So as I press over, it's just gonna give me a little more resistance when I have to lift right back up to the center. So the hips are pushing back as you come over to the side. Here we go. Right and left. Make sure your toes are pointed forward. Your heels are pointed straight back. Over, lift. So squeeze the glutes at the top, squeeze the thigh muscles. Lift. Over, up, over, up. Perfect. Now you want to make sure in this straightened leg that you are not hyperextending through the knee as it's straightened. You have control. One more to the right, finish out left. Perfect. Okay, so you're gonna have one more set of those. So when I talk about the straightened leg, you don't want the knee snapping back. So as I come over to the side, knee stays in front of the toes, and then when I push away, the leg does not snap back as it presses. Here we go, 40 seconds of work. So any of your movements, be gentle to the joints. Do not let them snap or lock out. Over, up, over, up. Perfect. Focused, concentrated movements. Really work the lower body. Now you have about 10 seconds. Can you stay low, low? Press to the side. Good, one more finish out left. Excellent. All right. Weight is gonna come down. Well, no, I'm gonna keep the weight. We're gonna come into a deadlift. So you are at your halfway point. So on that deadlift, I'm gonna come down and lift back up. 2-2 pace, here we go. Down, down, lift, lift. So I really want the abs engaged here. I want the knees a little bit soft. That just means there's a teeny tiny bend in the knees. Lift up. Now, if I bend too much, I lose all of that hamstring work. So I want the knees soft, but not bent. So I'm tipping at the waist, pulling up from the waist. There's your ab and your back work. Lift, lift, and lots of hamstrings. Good. You have a rest. We're gonna come into that again. Now, option, you could use 2 hand weights here. It's just a little bit more weight that you're working on. We're gonna keep this in front, okay? Knees forward, abs engaged, and try to keep your head in alignment. So this time as I come down, I'm just gonna kind of try to follow my eye gaze. I'm just gonna let it come down wherever it will. I'm not trying to look at the camera the whole time or the TV. Down and lift. Press down, down, pull up, up again from the side. Engage the core. So it's a lot of belly and a lot of hamstrings coming down and lifting up. You should feel your back as well. Perfect, perfect. All right, we've got one more set. I'm gonna keep to this side angle. Knees are soft. So when I go down, I don't want the hips pushing back. I don't want the legs locked out. I want to lean forward and then pull back up. Here we go. Down, down, lift, lift. So pull the belly in just a teeny bit more right here. So think of taking a very stiff bow, but that bowing motion comes from the hips, not from the shoulders. Down, lift, and lift. Very nice work here. Good, you got about 15 seconds. Reach forward, lift up, down, down, lift, lift. Perfect. All right, weight can come to the side this time. Shake out through the legs. think we're ready to come down, and we're gonna work through the abs a little bit more. So you're gonna come down onto your mat now. We're going to start with just a crunch, okay? So the upper body's gonna come back. So I lift and reach back. So I don't drop all the way back. I'm not rounding through the shoulders. I come forward and back. Ab stays engaged. Now you can place your hands on top of your knees, but try not to come under the legs, because what we tend to do is then use the arms to lift. So I want you to guide yourself up. Lean back as far as you can go and come back up with control. Back and lift, core engaged. Back and lift. Good, one more. Back and up. Good. Take a breath here. So the next time we go through for a little challenge, if you feel like you want a little bit more, is it's gonna be back, pause, up, pause, back, pause, up and pause. Here we go. So back hold, lift, inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out, back and up. So hands can stay on the knees. Hands can come to the floor for a bit more challenge. Out to the side and lift. Just don't bring the hands behind the legs, because then we have that tendency to want to pull ourselves up. Lift, down, and up. One more. Push back and lift. All right, just one more set of those. You're doing a great job. Gotta really work through the core. Glutes are a very important part of working through the core, because weak glutes lead to low back pain and tight hamstrings. Here we go, last set. Come back and lift. Back and lift. This time, try to look up at an angle toward the ceiling the whole time. So I'm not trying to lift or lower my neck. I push back, I lift up. And it's because of the angle that I'm staying at. Press back and lift. Nice work. So we should feel a whole lot of hip flexors. I've told you, hip flexors are working, lower abs are working. Good, make sure you feel that low ab contraction too though. Come back and lift. Last time, perfect. All right, so we are going to come down into a bridging position. Roll down. Okay, so we're going to have a set of bridges, and we're gonna break these up a little bit. So right here, just a single bridge. I want arms out to the side. Lift and lower, lift and lower. So when we bring the hands out to the side, rather than down here, sometimes we get a little more lift through the upper back. I really want you locking in through your abs, squeeze through your glutes at the very top. So lift, pressing into the legs, but when you get to the very, very top, I want you to squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the glutes and down. Again, no popping at the hip. We lift, we lower, belly in, we lift, and we lower. Nice work. Lift and lower, rest. Okay, so your option for this next one, leg can extend straight out or lift and stay in line with the knees. Try to pull the knees together closer, maybe, if that helps. Okay, you can go straight up to the ceiling if you need to. Most challenging is going to be at this angle. Here we go. Lift and lower. Now, when we push up, sometimes we have a tendency to want to walk the supporting leg. We want to walk it towards the middle of our body. Sometimes that helps to balance ourselves, because I'm trying to push everything into my left leg, but my right side needs support too. Now, arms out to the side will give you a little bit more of that support, but you should have to work the glute more on the left side. Now, I don't have to lift very high. Lift and lower. One more. Up and down. Perfect. So this is a lot of ab work. This is a lot of core work as I'm lifting with the single leg. Again, we want to pull that leg in the center to give us more support. But then I start to open up through the hip in an angle that's going to cause back pain. Arms to the side. Here we go. Point that toe. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So really working through the abs. You're going to keep them contracted the whole time. And there's a lot going on. Right leg through the glute and through the hamstring. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Perfect, perfect work here. Lift and lower. So Barbara, I know you love bridges. I hope I'm not destroying them for you. One more, lift and lower down. Oh, that's work. Arms can come in, give yourself a little hug. All right, so we're gonna go through one more time. Actually, we're not. You're done with that set. You did 3 sets. You're good. We're going to pull the knees in towards you. Hug your knees in and just give it a little rock. I'm sticking to 24 minutes. So, we won't go over. Well, maybe a couple seconds, but we're not going to go over minutes. We're going to open up into a figure 4 stretch. Small press on the knee, just to open through the hip. And then when you're ready, we can lift up. This is outer thigh, glute, opening, stretching right here. If this is too much through the hip, don't worry about the lift. Perfect. Come down. Now, reach through. If you can grab onto the left leg, grab onto it. If you can't, do not worry about it. I'm just going to use my right elbow to press against my right knee, and then I'm gently going to pull the knees in towards my chest. Try to keep both legs bent. I know sometimes you like to straighten the leg. Keep the leg bent here as we pull in. That'll take some pressure off of the low back. Small release. And then we change legs. Good. Start with just a press away. Gauge where the opening in the hips needs to happen here. Small lift up if you choose. You don't have to. Just that small press away. So you have done abs and we threw a little bit abs in there. Most of the lower body conditioning really going through. So we had glutes, we had hamstrings. We got into the calves a little bit. Very nice work. Inner outer thigh. Good. Small release. One more press away. Good. Bring the knees in. Now we're just going to straighten the right leg up toward the ceiling. I want you to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day. 24 is the magic number. 24 ounces, switch legs in the next 2 hours. And I say it and I say it and I say it because the more we can develop a positive habit with it, then the more your body gets inclined to having it, and then you'll naturally develop that positive habit. I don't know what it is that we don't always like to hydrate. Good, rock up, but it's very important. So keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself working. We are at 17 of the 24. So proud of you and all of the work and the effort that you put in. Keep it up, keep working, stretching. Take some time to breathe, enjoy the scenery outside, have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you soon.